I need to change earrings for this next video, because we're going to go on ahead and break out Miss Nina Simone, because how she's holding her head in this picture, that's how the fuck I feel. What's good? How you doing? It's your girl D, back with a story time video. And I have actually told a little bit of this story before in spoken word format, and I will link that poem here. It was a very long time ago, but it was necessary for it to be out there. That was back when I was actually regularly spitting out spoken words like it wasn't nothing, and this motherfucker made me do it. So, story time. Once upon a time, in between relationships, I believe this was 2011, so we are 6 years out from the previous ex-boyfriend, not the current ex-boyfriend that we broke up with in 2015, but the previous one, who was a bastard. And he said the only thing I accomplished after high school was having a baby. Motherfucker. Anyways, fresh out of that relationship, I was, trying to reassess, reflect, and see where it is that I needed to go with my personal life. Thinking, you know what, let me calm down, let me chill for a little bit, do me, focus on me and improving. And I had read a poem at a friend's wedding, and at the wedding I was looking cute, I was looking real cute, not gonna lie, I was looking good, and the pictures were, Nina, come on. The pictures were posted online, and so you know how when people tag in pictures and you're like, ooh, I look real cute in that one. So since I was in this cute little mini dress and everything like that, I went ahead and made that my profile picture. This rando guy, who isn't too rando, I had worked with him briefly at Wendy's when I was a teenager, and then we had went to school with one another in middle school or high school or something like that. He hits me with a friend request, and it always seems to go that when you have a real cute profile picture, all of a sudden you get DMs, you get extra likes and stuff like that. You get a few comments from people who ain't commented before. You get some friend requests, from people who ain't ever heard of it. It always seems to be the formula. So he hits me up and sends me an inbox, talking about how I look good in the picture. I'm like, oh gosh, let me dismiss this motherfucker. But something told me, you know what? Don't. See what he has to say. So I went ahead, accepted a friend request and everything like that. And he struck up a conversation, told me his name and how he didn't want to come off as thirsty or anything like that, but did want to go ahead and pay me the compliment. And asked for me to get to know him, all that good stuff. Started with a genuine friendship. One inbox message turned from, a couple sentences to a paragraph to a novel. And it was just, conversation would just flow online. Everything was lovely. After about maybe a few weeks of chatting, went ahead and decided, let's go ahead, meet up in person. He didn't live too far from me. And my transmission was going, unfortunately. So he actually came, picked me up, and took me over to his house. And this is completely innocent. Took me over to his house, and I fried catfish for him. Had good conversation. Everything was lovely. Continued to chit chat. Soon after that, he's like, why don't you come to my church? Because one thing that he was very big on was his, and I say supposed and alleged, because it was supposed and alleged at the time. I was under the pretense that it was real, but considering everything that transpired, it was supposed. But his father was a pastor, had a very small church, and he was helping out with the church in training to be a deacon. Wanted me to come visit the church. I wasn't actively attending church at the time, so I was like, you know what, cool, fine, let me go. You bring visitors and all that whatnot. I had a wonderful sermon, good message. He introduced me to his best friend. His best friend was female, and she seemed nice and everything like that. I didn't pay her, I didn't think anything different or wise or whatever. And then after that, he disappeared for like maybe a week and a half. Hit me up, supposedly this is another red flag. Supposedly he had gotten arrested and detained for some unpaid tickets, and was trying to work that whole situation out. And part of the plea deal was that he had to be on house arrest, so he couldn't leave within like maybe 200 feet from his apartment or something like that. So, you know, me, because I'm stupid, I went ahead to go visit him. We went out to eat to a restaurant that literally was in walking distance of his house, and had a nice time there. A few days later, he's like, you know, I can't go anywhere. Why don't you come visit me? I'm like, I'm actually on my way out to the club with my girls. He's like, well, come through. And then we at least say hi and everything, you know, get a hug or something like that. And I'm like, okay, fine, cool, whatever. So I'm in full freakum dress mode, you know, because this was the beginning of my Age of the Thundercat. And so I had on this freakum dress. I still got this dress, actually. I'm not about to put this on there right now. Put on the freakum dress, these cute wedges. My hair was done up. My eyeshadow was popping, at least for what was popping for 6 years ago. And so I go, it's like, knock on the door. Hey, you asked me to come by. Here I am. Hope you're doing well. He actually like almost dropped his phone. Was like, damn, hold on, bro. I gotta call you back. Let me look at you. And it's like, I'm on my way to the club, you know, we're going out in the Power and Light District, you know, whatever. Oh, you look good. You look real good. Yeah, you look real good. And so he's like, what are you doing after the club? I'm like, I'm going home. So you should come through. Those are booty call hours. And you're supposed to be a deacon in training, fam. He's like, well, it ain't no, I just want to watch a movie with you. That's all. Spend some time, you know, because I can't go out to see you. And again, my dumb ass was like, okay. So, mind you, leading up to this point, we had all kinds of conversation about our walks with God, our path for religion, making good decisions, being upstanding citizens and everything like that, not trying to be swayed by sin. So I'm going into this with blinders on, like there cannot be any fuckery that comes about, because this man said that he is a man of God. This man said he is a deacon in training, that he is trying to stay away from sin, be saved, do all good, do right, do good, and everything like that. So I hope he wasn't expecting for me to come over still in that freakum dress, because I wasn't. I went home and changed into sweats and sneakers. Like, I'm comfortable now. And we're watching some kind of comedy movie or whatever. And then he tries to make his move. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? And he didn't actually, like, you know, do one of the whole, oh, I'm so tired, let me just casually put my arm around you. No, he's just all like, you know I got this tongue ring, right? And has anyone ever asked you what you taste like? No. Can I find out what you taste like? No. Now, my stupid ass should have just got up and left then. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I really wanted to see what the fuck happened with this movie. So we sat there and I watched this movie. Eventually he fell asleep, and I'm so glad that we never, ever dated, because he has sleep apnea and that shit. Here I am just sitting in one corner of his bedroom with his mattress on the floor. Motherfucking N-words. And finally, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I do have a thing, like, I cannot actually slumber at anyone else's house. I have to be able to sleep in my own bed. Like, it's a thing. I can't sleep comfortably if I sleep anyplace else but my own home. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just because I'm a light sleeper, and I know what noises to expect at my house. I don't know what noises to expect anyplace else, but be that as it may. 8 o'clock in the morning comes. I'm like, look, I gotta go to work. And he's like, all right, cool, give me a hug. That was it, that was all. By then I also had gotten my new car, because my Chevy Lumina, the transmission finally went out. And so then I had gotten a 2003 Ford Explorer. Her name was Scarlett the Harlot. She passed away in 2015. May she rest in peace. That was my baby, man. We got all kinds of ruckus with that bitch, bro. Anyways, so after that day, it took him like a week, so he called again. What happened is he had driven by the house and I was getting out of my car, and he drove a white car. My little brother's best friend at the time also drove a white car. So when this white car drove by honking, I waved thinking that it was her, but no, it was him. So he called, just like, "Hey babe," and in my mind I'm like, "Babe, I ain't heard from you in a week. What have you been up to?" It was like, working. "Oh, okay, how you doing?" Fine." "Okay, oh, hang on, I got another call." He puts me on hold. And I'm a patient motherfucker. He keeps me on hold for like 5 minutes until finally I just give up. Like, you know what? Click. I'm good. Now, one thing that is standard, and I've got like a 98% success rate with, is that when you have regular and daily communication, and then that shit just immediately drops off with no explanation, no rhyme or reason, 9 times out of 10, the dude is talking to somebody else, or there's someone else that has his attention more. And that's perfectly fine. When you're not in a monogamous relationship, when you are not dating, when you don't have any kind of ties to anyone, you're not obligated to respond. I'm not obligated to acknowledge you. So that's it, that's all. His communication ceased. And I had forgotten that we were Facebook friends because I'm petty and I also go ahead and filter people into certain statuses for security settings. And so I was browsing through like a week after that and saw that he had confirmed his Facebook relationship status conveniently with his best friend, who was a female, the one that I met at church, right? I'm like, okay, I see how you are. All right. You know what? Just cool. We didn't go on a date. We didn't have any sex. We didn't even kiss. I ain't got no losses in this whatsoever. Diana, you did good this time. You did good. You did good. You avoided that L. You did. Okay, cool. And oh, again, that spoken word from the jump. Oh yeah, we went. My favorite part of that is that you are the reason why these boogers wolves and these hoes be winning. You know hoes ain't loyal. So 3 months after that, I get this random text message. You know, we all new phone, who this? He's like, "Oh, it's so-and-so, you know, your deacon." And I'm like, "Don't you have an entire relationship to be concerned with? Why are you hitting me up now?" He's like, I just wanted to reach out and see how you're doing. You know, I'm real sorry how everything transpired." And I'm like, focus on your girlfriend and leave me the fuck alone. That's the first time I told him to leave me alone. But again, remember, I forgot I had him on as a Facebook friend because I had him filtered, so I wasn't seeing any of his shit. Because I also had, you can unfollow someone on Facebook so that you don't see them in your news feed, but still remain their friend. And so I didn't see any of his stuff for a while, but because I still had the Facebook connection, he then sends me a Facebook message, a nice good long apologetic letter talking about how he should have been honest with me from the jump, and that he's never met anyone like me who was so genuine and such a good friend, and he messed it up, and even though he's in a relationship, he just really was sorry about how he treated me and all that good stuff. So then I said to myself, you know what? Rather than just responding with "motherfucker, you ain't shit," let's just go ahead and drop the link to the YouTube video. So I did that. And his indignant ass said, "I mean, you always were a good writer. You really were. That was talented. You do realize that's about you, right?" I'm not that person. I'm not that person in the video. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm not that dude. So you know what? Blocked. Okay, cool. Fast forward to me in 2012, dating current ex-boyfriend. Fast forward to April of 2012, where I'm leaving the job. This is before I took my current position, and back when I still worked at a different building. I'm leaving my current job, I'm leaving the job, and as I exit out, I see on the windshield of Miss Scarlet the Harlot, there's an envelope. I'm like, what kind of random ass solicitation is this? I open up said envelope, and it's a full 2-page letter from that motherfucker. Yes, that one. Again, long drawn out apology about how he's so sorry, and that he wishes he could have done things differently, and that he's sure I have a man by what was then now. Meaning, I'm sure you have a man by now, and I don't mean to impose, but, I don't mean, let him know I don't mean any harm if you do. I just want my friend back. And I'm going to see if I can find it, because that was 5 years ago, so I know I have a screenshot. I may have to look in my photo bucket account to see, but yeah, that happened. And so I dismissed it. Like, I already told you to leave me alone, and then I blocked your cell phone number. I told you on Facebook to leave me alone, and then I blocked you there. Now you are leaving notes on my windshield at my job. Okay. So I actually had forgotten about him for a little while. But I don't know if he just has a calendar. But in 2013, he dropped by the job again and left his business card on my windshield. Because by then, he actually had gone to the job to open up an account. He no longer banks there. But by then, he had gone to open up an account. And I guess he saw that I still was rolling with Scarlet the Harlot and left his business card on the windshield site. And on the back of it said, call me. So, ex-boyfriend, I complained to him. And one of the few things that he did good was he called dude and was like, yo, thought she made this clear, but leave it the fuck alone. She's good. Okay, cool, fine. Right, true. I've seen him once since all this has happened. In, I think, 2014. He was, I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it was. The only thing, I didn't want to take any chances. I saw him at the gym and was like, you know what? I don't need to work out right now. Nope. We're just going to go ahead and leave. Yeah. You know what? We can just be fluffy for a good long time if he's sharing this gym, just. Or can I transfer my membership someplace else, because we don't fuck with him in any way, shape, or form. And I know it's kind of petty to hold on to a grudge for that hard and that long, but also at the same time, what irritated me is, it's one thing if you're going to lie. That's fine. But do not under any circumstances use religion to pursue sex. That's what pissed me off. And that's why I am adamant and refuse to have anything to do with him, because of that notion. Like, it's one thing for dudes to run game or whatever. We can go ahead and deflect that shit to the left like it ain't nothing. I understand, but dude pursued me originally under the guise of him being a deacon and wanting to perfect his walk with God and wanting to avoid sin and improve his lifestyle and everything like that. And then in less than 2 weeks later, ask to know what I taste like. Like, I respect your religion. I respect your walk. I respect your faith. Don't lie to me and use religion as the way to go ahead and build down the walls that I've worked so hard to build back up, to protect vulnerability and everything like that. Don't do that shit by using religion. That is a special place in hell for you. So, I tell you this story because this motherfucker found me on Plenty of Fish. And I hadn't really been paying attention because I haven't logged into any of the dating sites in a long time. And I saw because there was an update to the app, and so a notification popped up. Okay, fine, cool. And then I saw the username and was like, oh, okay. And then I saw the picture was like, and it states, hello, you still just as beautiful as ever. Motherfucker, I know. Then says, how are you? Like, you think I forgot? You think I forgot about how you wanted to use me as the in-between chick while you and your main chick, who you no longer are with, got y'all shit together? You think I forgot that you used God to do that? Okay. And so I responded, and I haven't blocked him yet because I want to make sure that he actually sees this shit, and then I'll block him. I could have sworn that I made it clear the last time that I actually bothered to indulge your communication, since you're blocked on every social media platform out there. But just for old time's sake, I'll say it again. I don't care if it's been 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 years, or 5 millenniums. Leave me alone. I want absolutely nothing to do with you. Save your lies and deceits for someone else. That's fair, right? Like, you can forget. And here's the thing. I forgive him. I definitely forgive, because I understand that people make mistakes. I get that. You're human. No one's perfect. At the same time, when it comes to me and my emotions, in that particular moment where I was vulnerable, fresh out of a relationship, only to find out that I was supposed to be the in-between chick for him and his other relationship, fuck you and everything you stand for, bro. No, we're not here for that. We were never here for that. And I am not the main chick, and I'm actually really, really glad, because it turns out he got the chick pregnant, and now they're broken up. So if I'm not the only one, then you need to leave me alone. That's it. My hoeing days is over. Okay, I am happy to provide hoe counsel. I'm happy to provide hoe advice. I'm happy to give a hoe best tips, practices, and everything like that. But no, my hoeing days is over, and I have never voluntarily been the side chick. Inadvertent, maybe once or twice, but I've never voluntarily stepped into the role of knowing that this man is involved with another woman, but he is seeking me and my company and my physicality in replacement of hers, or in addition to hers. I've never voluntarily done that, because that shit is immoral and that shit is wrong. If that's your cup of tea, cool, fine, that's your cup of tea, and what goes around comes around. Be aware of that. But I've never voluntarily done that, which is another reason why I was so pissed, and still am, like, a little bitter about it. Just be real. If you on break from your relationship, then say you on break from your relationship. But do not approach me with your supposed walk in faith in the Lord at trying to be better and looking for a wife and all these wonderful, charming things that you think I want to hear, only to try to get into my pants. Again, there is a very special place in hell for you and everything you stand for. Fuck you. And that concludes story time. As always, thank you ever so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit your girl up in the comments section. If you are new here, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you back on my channel. But if you're not hearing from me, my shenanigans, my opinions, it's literally long story time or flagrant use of the word motherfucker, that's fine. There's an X in the corner for you to click and get your life and get the entire book above my channel. But if you are here for my shenanigans, you are beautiful, amazing, wonderful, spectacular. And if no one else has told you, I appreciate you. We are on a siesta. After this video goes live, I will be back on the weekend because it's my birthday. Shake a booty. And I am going to take some time to celebrate, relax, all that good stuff. So, I will see you in a few days. There's plenty of stuff for you to watch in the meantime. And other than that, you guys take care. Have a wonderful night.